So Heath Ceramics started in 1948. It started out with Edith and Brian Heath. Edith developed her own clay body, which we're still using now. And then also in-house, we design all our glazes as well. Throughout the last 70 years, the product has been very similar. And then around 2003, and the current owner, Kathy and Robin, bought the company. And then they want to do the similar things as Edith and Brian did. So like, just want to produce something really simple using the clay body that is original design for it, and then it's still producing locally. Coupe line is one of our best seller in Heath. It's designed by 1948. And I think the cool things about it is a play is a simple play and a bowl is a bowl. And the idea of our design is that we want to create something long-lasting. We want to keep it as long as we can so the customer can return and buy the same pieces and build their own collection over time. Kathy Robin's role is as much as a protector, Edith and Brian's legacy, as much as bringing the business modern and up-to-date. That is kind of like their contribution to the company. The tile made in a factory in a very simple way. So the clay raw ingredients is produced in Sacramento. The clay will be mixing up with a right proportion of water and ingredients, and eventually will go through an extruder. On the end of the extruder, there will be a flattened valve that like the clay will push through and creating a sheet of material. And then after the sheet will be pushing out almost like making noodles, and then eventually you have this extrusion of flat tile, and we'll cut it to the size. And then our tile is hand glazed, and each worker need to train around 6 months in order to able to capture what Edith intends to do, which we want our glaze on the tile has some sort of variation. It's almost look like watercolor sometimes when you look from a distance. The building is bigger than what we need, so we also want to create a community as well. When we start looking for partners, we realize that we want someone that is similar philosophy as us. When you pairing the simplicity of the tartine bread on our plate, it's a perfection. So like, we liking the idea a lot, and then eventually we admire them so much that we thought this is a good place to starting with. The dining ware they are using in tartine restaurant right now is come from us. We use a standard shape, but we're creating a new color palettes based on the interior design and the vision of the new restaurant. It's still a small city, so I love the connection between the different culture, the diversities, and now with the blooming of no matter it's from .com or craftsmanship that you've started to discover from locally. There's also so many small makers around the Bay Area as well to make San Francisco as high-tech as it could be, but at the same time it's very local and handcraft at the same time, so it has a really good balance.
Well, it was in my childhood days.
Many years ago, at this point it was like 6 years ago, Chad and Liz from Tartine asked me if I could make them a bunch of furniture. I bought some tools with the money I made from the Tartine job, and then I just started making frames for my friends who are artists. You know, I wasn't really a business person, and it wasn't really very fast to build the frame business, and 7 years later, we have this big shop, 5 people working in it, and that's the story of how I started working here. My main business now is making fine art picture frames. We work for galleries and museums and collections and that kind of thing.
前ニューヨークに住んでて、で一旦日本に帰って、でまたこっちにアメリカに帰ってきた時に友達を通してアンドリューに会って楽譜作りを一緒にやらないって やっぱりウエストコーストで、いやまあそれもありますけど、アジアからの結構インフルエンスがいろいろ混ざってるんで、こっちの方の方からいろいろと日本の木工っていうのを習ってますね。ちょっと些細なことからいろんなことを習ってるんで、そういった文化の中で、なんて言ったら日本の文化を改めて感じさせてもらってる感じですね。
There's like a tradition of a sort of craftsman style and Japanese woodwork that comes together in California that's like really beautiful. Honestly, there's just like a bunch of incredible artists and woodworkers here. There's a lot of people here that are interested in doing that, and I guess there's an entrepreneurial spirit that just has led a lot of people to start trying it on their own. San Francisco's a funny thing that these days because, you know, there's been a lot of change here. It's a double-edged sword because, you know, for a business like mine, which is essentially a luxury item, it's good to have a lot of money around, but at the same time, the creative spirit has kind of gone. I mean, it's cool that San Francisco is supporting these probably, you know, smaller businesses, but at the same time, I think starting out here now would be really difficult. It's lost its charm a little bit, but it's gotten sort of like a New York or Los Angeles kind of pace or something like that.